Welcome, foolish mortals, to Halloween treats presented by the Look-Back Machine. For the entire month of October, we bring you 31 episodes on 31 flicks. So sit back and relax on your broomstick. We have blood-curdling boogeyman and sadistic serial killers. From castles to were-rabbits to spine-chilling spine-tinglers. Oh, but that's not all. It's only a bit. There's also Dahmer, Dracula, and Wallace and Gromit. So turn down the lights and turn up the sound. And ready your heart, for it's about to pound. Because there's Halloween film history abound. Happy Halloween from the Look-Back Machine.
Lake Placid marks another entry into our creature features. The film revolves around a giant husband-eating crocodile raised by Betty White in Black Lake, Maine, who goes on a rampage. However, this story isn't so much about the creature as it is about the man behind the creature, Stan Winston. Winston had been creating movie magic for years by the time 1999's Lake Placid came around. He was a master of practical effects and had built the alien for Predator, the dinosaurs for Jurassic Park, and had already won 3 Oscars. His work was so good, in fact, that it ultimately led to this film being made. Director Steve Miner.
I was directing a few of David's TV shows, and he had known I'd done movies. His producer knew I'd done movies, genre movies, and they had this script, and they asked me if I wanted to read it, and I said, yeah. So that's how I got involved. David's a unique writer, and he's got a lot of unique voices inside him, and I really get his humor and ideas, I think, and it was clear to me the path for the movie. Stan was a very close friend of mine. I've known Stan before he ever got into the business of what he did. And we met many years ago in Los Angeles. We lived next door to each other in an apartment building. Anyway, with a couple other guys, I was a roommate with like a rock and roll band. And Stan was our next door neighbor with his new wife. And we became very good friends. He was trying to be a stand-up comic at the time. And he but what he was doing to make money was he told me and my friends that I was living with next door, that he was selling encyclopedias. Well, later I found out that he was in fact repossessing encyclopedias. And, and the comic of Stan was very funny, but not in the way that he could make a living off it telling jokes. Because, nobody's going to work, and we're fucking around during the day. We go out at night, and they're playing, I worked at a bar, and they were playing at the bar. And anyway, so we were, obviously up to no good, and everyone in the complex was wondering what the hell we were doing. And so with Stan and us, and we decided to put on a show and for the people in the apartment. And my friends played their music. They wrote and played this kind of soft rock music. It was pretty good. And Stan did a stand-up routine. He bombed. I mean, not just bombed, but nobody laughed. And everybody there would do anything to laugh, but he didn't. Nobody even smiled. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll never forget the day. He was also an artist. He would paint and draw, and I'm an artist as well, paint and draw. And we'd talk about art, and I was drawing and painting at the time, as was he. And he came home one day and said, I got into the Disney makeup artist training program. And it was, he kept going from there. So when I first saw it, when I read the script for Lake Placid, of course, I immediately thought of Stan. So, Stan was not only, the right guy, no matter how you cut it, to do that crocodile, but also was a close friend of mine. And in fact, he built that crocodile on spec with his own money. Isn't that crazy? We didn't have a deal. No, we didn't have the movie set up, but Stan read the script and said, "Oh, this is going to get made. I know this is going to get made." And he built that freaking full-size animatronic crocodile in his studio. It was unbelievable. And what I didn't know at the time was that that script had already been to most of the studios. Somehow it had been shopped around, and so they had already passed on it. So to try to set it up, we were fortunate that Stan made this creature. Well, what happened was that I was working with Mike Medavoy at the time on another project, and I got him this. I said, you should take a look at this. I think this is a hit movie. And he read it over the weekend and called me on the Monday and said, hey, it's really good. I'd like to do it. And so I put together him with David and his people, and Mike, ran into the same thing. We found out that it had already been shot to a bunch of places, so he took it to that French financing company that's on every movie, and Canal Plus. And they were interested, and they were in town, and Stan had just finished making this crocodile, so we invited them all out to Stan's studio to watch this crocodile work, and that's what got it financed. Stan got that movie financed because he built that crocodile on spec. He spent $1 million of his own money or time, whatever the studio cost was, to build that thing. That was Stan, but he was a wonderful human being.
Unfortunately, we have to end on a somber note. Stan Winston passed away of multiple myeloma in 2008. He was only 62. According to their website, the Winston family founded the Stan Winston School of Character Arts to preserve Stan's legacy by inspiring and fostering creativity in a new generation of character creators.
Thanks for listening to Halloween Treats, presented by the Lookback Machine. Stay tuned for the entire month of October for an episode every single day till November.
Betty White is a wonderful human being and a fantastic actress. And she said, it's so funny when she said to me, I think it was the first day of shooting, she said, there's just one thing I don't understand. Where did this woman learn this language? And I said, Betty, I really don't know. All I know is it's hilarious. She says, okay.
If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it.